Today we're going to be taking a look at a watch I'm really excited about. This is the IWC, or International Watch Company's Big Pilot 43 Spitfire edition. I'm really excited to walk through this watch with you guys today, but before we get going, here's a short little introductory video for you guys. Today's video was shot in collaboration with Royal Jewelers, located at 58 Main Street in Andover, Massachusetts, right next to my hometown. Royal Jewelers is not only one of the go-to places to buy a luxury watch in the state of Massachusetts, but pretty much the whole Northeast. They have absolutely everything you could want, from brands like Breitling, Panerai, Cartier, IWC, and also some powerhouse brands like Breguet. But they have something even if you don't want to break the bank, as they carry brands like Oris and Seiko. Royal Jewelers also has one of the largest and most widely varied collections of certified pre-owned watches that I've ever seen. I'm going to make sure to link all of their information and their website in the video description below, so make sure you guys check them out even if you aren't in the area. So thanks again. Let's get into today's video. This is the first IWC watch that I'm featuring on my channel, and I had to go with a pilot watch because while IWC makes some great divers or dress watches, they're most known for their Big Pilot line. And that's because IWC is one of only a handful of brands that actually made the Flieger watches for the German military during World War II. Those original Flieger watches were 55 millimeters in diameter. The regular Big Pilot line comes in at 46.2, which is still quite large. This comes in at a more manageable 43 millimeters, but that's still quite big for a lot of people who I know like smaller watches. But don't worry, this watch still has plenty of wrist presence if you do like a larger watch. At the 12 o'clock, the 3, the 6, the 9, and on the hour hands, we're getting a faux patina, but I think it actually looks pretty good. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I think here it's pretty tastefully done, because the other colors used is a very vibrant and easy to read white and gray. The use of the faux patina here isn't so much to make the watch look aged as it is to just give a different look to the watch, to mix up the contrasting colors, which I think ends up being a really great package at the end. This watch does have a screw down crown, so we're getting 10 bar or 100 meters of water resistance. The screw down crown is pretty notable of the Big Pilot watches because it is like an oversized onion crown that is reminiscent of what was used on the original Fliegers. That large crown is going to make this watch wear a little bit larger than the 43 millimeters it comes in at on paper, but it's still a lot more manageable for most people than the standard Big Pilot. And this watch is not heavy, and that's because rather than stainless steel, this watch case is composed of titanium. There is a bead blasted finish to the case that I think looks really great, and it's exactly what you want in a tool or military watch because scratches aren't going to show up as well. As you can see on the back of the case, we do have a solid case back, which is a bit of a shame because you're not able to see the incredible movement inside. The in-house 82100, a movement that is finished quite well, has 22 jewels, is composed of 162 parts, has a 60-hour power reserve, and beats away at 4 hertz. You actually wouldn't be able to see the movement inside of this watch even if it did have a sapphire case back, and that's because behind the case is actually another enclosed metal casing made out of a soft iron, better known as a Faraday cage. That's purpose is to protect this watch from magnetic impulses. Something important if you are flying around in aircraft. It's not something that's absolutely necessary by today's movement standards, but it is historically accurate and it is pretty cool and just gives this watch kind of something different. It's the same thing that's used on the Rolex Milgauss. We do have a nicely done engraving on the case back with the icon of a plane and a little bit of text, and the bead blasted finish wraps around all the way from each side of the case to the back, so it's a very cohesive look. This was my first time filming with a light box, so you can see a couple reflections of my phone on the dial, but I promise in person it definitely isn't a problem. There is anti-reflective coating on both sides of the sapphire crystal, and with the deep black dial, it just eats up all the light. There's absolutely no glare. Another cool fact about this crystal is it's actually secured so that if there's a pressure change, as one might expect, but definitely doesn't hope for on an aircraft, it doesn't just pop out. I'm definitely impressed with the overall look and feel of this watch. Everything is just extremely high quality, and that's exactly what you expect from a brand like IWC, who's been around for so long and has done so many good things in the world of watches. This watch does come equipped with a deployant clasp that is very high quality and is very well done. As you can see, it has that same bead blasted finish as the case and is also made of lightweight titanium. And that's what one would expect, or at least hope for the price, because this watch is coming in right at $9,500 US. So it is not one of IWC's entry-level watches like the regular Spitfire, but it is also not one of the most expensive models. I like that although this is a deployant clasp, it kind of looks like a pin buckle when it's closed, which looks really great with the beautiful leather straps this watch comes equipped with. It's calfskin both on the outside and the inside of this leather strap, but it's black on the inside and it's a beautiful brown on the outside. It's really well done and it matches well with the colors on the dial. I also like the contrast white stitching as it matches with the white text on the dial. I really love these straps, so not that you'd probably want to take them off, but if you did, they are equipped with IWC's own version of a quick release system, so they're going to be easy to take off and put on something else. This watch could definitely be a strap monster if you so choose. Speaking of strap monsters, another brand that immediately comes to mind when I'm talking about a strap monster watch is Panerai. While at Royal Jewelers, I shot with a really cool Navy SEAL edition Panerai GMT. So if you like this watch, I'm pretty sure that you're gonna like that watch as well. It gives off that same masculine vibe, military feel to a watch. So make sure to check out that video. It should be out soon. That watch was 44 millimeters in diameter, but as you can see when I hold them both up, the IWC looks pretty much just as big, and that's probably due because of the big crown. And the Panerai has a pretty big crown too, due to their protector. I actually think the Panerai, although it measured in at 44 millimeters, wore a little bit smaller and more compact on wrist. Speaking of, let's go ahead and put this IWC on wrist. On wrist, this watch looks absolutely stunning and it feels great. It is instantly eye-catching, is extremely legible from absolutely every angle, and it just has a really great wrist presence. It definitely is enough watch at 43 millimeters in diameter, but it isn't so big like the standard Big Pilot or some other Flieger watches that come in at the full 55 millimeters that you have to be the Rock or the Mountain to wear one. In my own personal collection, I would love to add in a IWC at some point in the future, so I'm definitely going to keep this model in mind. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this watch. What do you think about this watch in particular, the sizing, the styling of this watch, and what do you guys think of IWC as a brand? Let me know in the comments below, guys. And thank you so much, as always, for watching today's video. If you like today's video, please hit the thumbs up button. It helps a lot. And above that, guys, please hit the subscription button, because that's what really helps. It allows me to keep filming with awesome watches like this and keep providing some great content. So thank you guys so much. I will catch you on the next one.